Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, wherever you're connected from. I'm Alessandro and Sara from SCHOLA, and here we are with Matteo Jolly from SUPERDUPER. Hi, Matteo. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you.
Good. All the way from, and we are here today just to present our new program we're about to launch, where we're launching it. About hat making, and SUPERDUPER is partnering with SCHOLA in order to create a platform for educating future hat makers and people that are in love or people who want to get near to the world of hats, and definitely SUPERDUPER, which is one of the nicest brand, not only in Florence but all over the world. It's a good way to start in order to follow that path. So Matteo, let us know a little bit about what has been your you and Veronica history. How did you get close to the hat making? How do you learn about it? What did you study?
Hello everyone. We basically really started from a personal passion. It was absolutely not planned to start a net business or to make a net brand. We really started to learn how to make hats for ourselves. For two reasons, basically. First, because we weren't able at the time, 10 years ago, to find something on the market that was interesting. And so the best thing that you could get was the grandpa hat. And we were looking for something that was super well made, like a vintage hat, but at the same time with a contemporary feeling, with a contemporary aesthetic. And so that's the reason why we started to do the first trials for ourselves. Then after that we have met a very important person for us. That was an old millionaire who's been doing hats for all her life. And in the 80s, she also tried to open up a school, but she nobody applied. And so she was very, very happy when knocking at her door and asking to learn how to make hats. And so this is the real beginning. After that, we had a couple of suggestions from friends to showcase our collection, our product in an international trade show, which is PT, which is happening in Florence, and so from there we became something more like a brand, really. But we started to make hats really from a personal passion.
And what is SUPERDUPER now? I mean, you're a brand now. We can say that.
Yeah, we are a brand, but it's funny, when you're doing your own thing, when you're growing up, together with your brand, you really feel like it's never enough. If I look to what we were 1 year ago or 2 years ago, it doesn't look enough to me. It's always, the perception that we have, or our own brand, is always growing as more as we grow with it.
Yeah, it's an important step for SUPERDUPER because you're 10 years old. And what's the philosophy that is driving you? It was with you at the beginning and has developed until now.
We for this 10-year anniversary, we wanted to celebrate all the things we've been and all the mistakes we have made in these 10 years with a motto that I think it's very representative of what is super duper for real, you know, and uh, it's you know it's really telling more about all the process that we had during these during this time, and it's work hard, evolve freely, celebrate the imperfections, and um, I think that could be very much representative. I mean, for every artisanal work in general. I mean, I think that every work that is involving the craftsmanship and the things that you do with your own hands, it's about, you know, working hard, evolving, and celebrating that, you know, that little imperfections that are not mistakes but are beautiful imperfections. That is what makes your product more I mean, more
Unique.
authentic. Yeah, that's something that is coming maybe from an industrial process.
Yeah, that makes sense. And of course, the fact that the company and you are based in Florence, it's not by chance. I mean, what means making hats in Florence, in Tuscany?
I mean, it's we've been. I always say that we've been lucky to have this passion in this city because historically, Florence was one of the capital of that making. Okay, back in the days, the, the the supply chain in the hat business was by areas. Okay, was divided by areas. In the north of Italy, they were doing only exclusively felt hats. Okay, and in the center of Italy, Tuscany and Marche also, they were doing straws. Um, I mean, I mean, with the time passing, every maker started to do a bit of everything, and this is a very important process for us because we've been lucky enough to find local suppliers and local productions. By the time we started to expand more in a bigger dimension, we you know we've been lucky enough to find factories and suppliers which are like 15 minutes from our studio. So it's, you know, it's pretty handy, and when you get used to that, you cannot work
Go
in
back.
any other ways, you know. We've been trying sometimes to do some special production in the north of Italy or somewhere else, but you know, we really cannot handle this. You know, we need to know that in 10/15 minutes we can be in the factory if needed, you know.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. It's very fertile area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
And
let's go on.
no, and plus, I mean, since the last year and a half, we've been re-internalizing all the production in our atelier. So nowadays we take care of all the production by ourselves in our studio for both production, wholesale, and e-commerce. Basically, becoming a, I mean, basically is like if the e-commerce is it's become a kind of made to measure platform, you know, because everything is produced by hand, one by one, upon the order, and it's shipped within 72 hours. So we kind of, you know, find our own way to make it work even better, you know, to have the things under control even more.
And
Yeah, and
it's
I think it's a sustainable
sustainable.
approach as well.
Yeah, a sustainable approach to fashion, or to the product in general. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I have to say, not everybody are lucky enough to do that. I mean, can you imagine a ready-to-wear brand or I mean a clothing brand that I mean to do a full production in-house? It could be very difficult for us. Having the head business, I mean, very small number of components. It's really, I mean, it's possible and it's true.
Yeah. We have a comment from Bernardo from San Antonio, Texas, which I bet likes your hat. And so let's go into the courses. Sara, do you want to introduce which is the approach, and then let Matteo explain better?
Yes, of course. So the course is divided in two modules. There is a first, the total course, the duration is 17 weeks. The first part of the course, it's a 7-week module, and it's an introduction. Let's say it's the apprentice module, where you get to know, you are introduced to the art of making hats. So you start with basic tools and basic materials like wool felt or light fabric felt, right, Matteo? And you start by only hand blocking hats. And also, of course, you start to know all the basic trimmings that are necessary for making a hat, like the sweatband or the bows or all these basic trimmings, let's say. On the second part of the course, which is a little bit more advanced, you start to use also more difficult materials like more stiff kinds of felt or beaver felt. And also you start to make cut and sewn hats, right? And you also start with, let's say, more difficult kind of trimmings to you start to know also the more difficult kind of trimmings. And there is also a part where you will experiment some kind of dyeing for the felt, right, Matteo, with vegetal kind techniques, vegetal dyeing techniques, which is more like also fun and very interesting. And the total duration, yeah, is 17 weeks. The first part is 7 weeks, and the second part will be 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, what I can say more is that we are going to. I mean, the people will take part at the course will be going into the hat world 1 foot at a time, and is not our intention to create something very I mean something fast and something which is not 100% well done. It's very important for us to take care of a certain quality, and the quality of the material is always going hand by hand with the quality of the making. So a certain kind of material doesn't make sense to use them if you are not good enough with a certain abilities in the making. So it's very important to grow into to grow with the course step by step, and to end it up with also some kind of more experimental side of the work, like the vegetal dyes and all these, which is a very important thing for us to mix together the old tradition together with a contemporary sensibility.
And you are, let's say, you are a typical contemporary artisan because you mix so much the design, the creativity with all these ancient techniques of making hats, right? So it's past, it's present because you are contemporary, and we also have the future because we will train future makers, right?
Yeah, hope so. I mean, it's exactly what we didn't find when we started. So that's what we want to do. We want to create and possibly grow together with the new generation of young hat makers. So absolutely, I mean, absolutely more than happy to grow together with them too.
Yeah, this is very interesting, and we always keep in mind that the add-on that Schola can bring to this experience is the fact that during and especially after the end of the course, then students from different skills can interact together, and they can work on a wider level, which can be a disruptive way, or which can be a kind of a full style way. So the good thing is that after learning how to make beautiful hats, then you can match with shoemakers, sneaker makers, bespoke shoemakers, and go on. And I mean, that's great, because I mean, I think when we speak about contemporary craftsmanship, and Matteo, you and Veronica are one of that example. I mean, you're a musician, Veronica is a contemporary dancer, so you come from the performing arts. And on the meanwhile, you approach very well the product itself with deepness into that, but by probably never forgetting about your passion about music, your passion about arts and contemporary arts. And so you have a kind of a broader view, which make a contemporary artisan more connected into the world, more connected in 360 degrees. And I think it gives the possibility as well to switch from maybe the artisan or the producer, which is basically too much focus on his product, and it doesn't have the time or the skills or the possibility to watch around.
Absolutely. And something that is very, very important, I think, is also to be open-minded enough to keep the door open, you know. I mean, we don't want to do the same mistake that other artisans in the previous generation has been doing. You know, we don't want to do the same mistakes that some tailors have been doing by locking the door to cut the fabric. You know, and nowadays nobody knows anymore how to cut the fabric in the right way. I mean, I think that it's very, very important to implement the artisanal work and the artisanal craftsmanship together with a social, contemporary-minded status.
Yeah, that's great. It's exciting, and as well, we will definitely be working along with music, with contemporary dance as well, performing art and gesture and nobility of the gesture and stuff like that. So I bet we can definitely help future hat makers, future artisans as well, just to be inside this contemporary world as well, with giving them little tools that then they have to be implemented in that will lead them to be able to as well bring this passion, turn this passion into a business as well, because it's of course this is the opportunity to get the skill and to get the skills to make sure that your product can reach out other markets and your future brand can be properly empowered. Of course, everything takes time, but I mean, if Matteo and Veronica did it, and many others, I bet many other people from all over the world can do that. So, Matteo, thanks so much, and say thanks to Veronica as well for being with us.
Thank you.
We'll keep going. So we'll kick you out this call, but we'll chat soon.
I'll wait you here.
Okay. Bye. Ciao.
Ciao.